educational purposes only and should not be construed as financial or any other form of professional advice. So we have an interesting setup here. We've tracked well so far today. We lifted into this lift zone, did not move above yesterday's high, but we did track in the lift zone. The velocity is non-existent. And then we did move down into this zone of weakness and then track down at the second zone of weakness. As soon as we pass through the other side of this yellow vertical line, it's about 11:35 a.m. PST. So right now it's 11:21. So we have another, 10, 15 minutes. But as soon as we see price pass through that timestamp, I won't have any other intraday zones of weakness on the board in my work. And I actually have some buy signals triggering. So you guys know that I'm always at a disadvantage on a Friday options expiration because there were a lot of mechanical things that happen in the options chain, a lot of manipulation and very little human emotion unless something triggers and trips through a strike that these guys want to pin to, in which case we can see some FOMO in the case of AMC, and we can see some panic in the case of these guys trying to reposition their options and prevent themselves from losing a lot of money. So we have a shot for that to happen here again in about 10 minutes, starting in about 10 minutes.
You should have listened to Tom Vu.
It extends into 6:45 in the morning. On Monday, May the 1st. So it's a good opportunity here to not only move up to this 575 and EMOI weekly trigger, but we could move right up through some of these yellow uptrend lines, re-enter this expanding megaphone melt-up fractal, and then move very quickly to a lot of different numbers. We have this pay me later at $6. We've got the pay me later at 687, retest up at $795, and that monthly trigger at 823. So any lifting here this afternoon is positive. It means that price is continuing to track, and it has so far, even though, like I said, This is a fairly non-eventful day so far. But that's what things look like on my side. I want to show you guys, because we had mentioned that 520 retest level that might have been hit today and it hasn't been. I wanted to make sure everyone remembers that the way my behavioral analysis model works. So I'm carrying you guys all the way back to May of 2021 when the model identified the original expanding megaphone melt-up fractal and then tracked really well in predicting both time and price to the upside. The reason I bring it up is because we had a $9.10 retest level that was left behind then, and again, not retested until, a couple of years later, basically. So during 2022 or 2023, I'd have to fast forward to see when we hit that. But anyway, you guys get the point. It took quite a while. So the point is, although there also was a price gap here, so typically our retest levels are hidden, what I call hidden retest levels, meaning there's nothing that you can see based on sort of technical analysis 101 that would make you anticipate a move back down to or up to a certain hidden retest level. In this case, we had that gap. But again, we could take off from here this afternoon and not retest that 520 level. And it would look pretty similar to what happened back in May. So you guys can see this very sharp trajectory on this speed line. You guys can see this uptrend line, which was created obviously from move up, pullback, higher high. So
this is 2021. No wonder it doesn't look familiar
right here.
That to anything that happened recently, or
for
anything that's relevant.
Acceleration leg on reentry. And then a expected attack of the speed line. So what happened back in 2021 is you guys can see we had that reentry. It aborted, which created this pay me later level at 1550. Price dropped back under, did what I call a bull crawl, had another high velocity reentry, aborted here and aborted here, which left us with two other pay me later levels to track. You can see as we move forward, you had another dropout, which was really unusual. And then as price moved back up into another reentry, it finally hit that first 1550 pay me later level. By late May, we were accelerating further to the upside, and we tagged both the 2190 and the 2360 pay me later levels. And then you can see I skipped this level here because, again, unless it's an initial move off of a dropout and reentry, I skip messing around with creating any levels there. We know price wants to attack the speed line. So finally, price did attack the speed line on the morning of June the 2nd. And then we had a little bit of a throw over, some thrashing, and then went into the
that's
big,
not the same speed line, is it? Where did that speed line come from?
Price
May 7th? Really? Oh, that's 20. May. Wait a minute. What is he? Is he looking at this on logarithmic? Oh, of course he is. What a pro. I don't know. I'm not. What? Oh, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Okay. Oh, I'm not going to have that. I'm not going to have 5-minute data back then. I don't care that much. But yeah. Anyway.
Dropped back under, did what I call a bull crawl, had another high velocity.
Okay, yeah, we got your bull crawl.
Pounce that happened that aborted that move. But this was the move where I thought we were going to move back up into the all-time highs. You know, we were up around $48.
Why would it do that?
You know, the old all-time high 72 and change. We weren't, you know, that far off, and you guys saw that acceleration. So we were tracking prior to all the games that were played. And, and then we went into, obviously,
what games?
A series of lower lows, and then culminating in our August pounce that took us down here into the cellar again. So, here's the setup that we're tracking right now. We've got multiple expanding megaphone melt-up fractals nesting inside bigger picture fractals.
Multiple.
You guys can see
megaphone melting
pullback low early on the 24th, how steep this trajectory is. And again, we're seeing a little dropout here on the secondary uptrend. This is our primary uptrend within this expanding megaphone melt-up fractal. And then you can see this would have created a pay me later. This would have created a pay me later. So we're not at a loss for upside price targets. And if we can just get some movement to the upside here, things can run away from the shorts in a hurry, especially above that Anemoy weekly trigger at $5.75. So we'll see what happens for the rest of the session today. Again, I'm placing a small bet here on the weeklies, just because risk reward wise, it looks so good. But I never expect things to track great on a Friday options expiration. It's just we're at a huge disadvantage with the mechanical trading versus the emotional portion of the trading.
Yeah, the emotional portion is way better.
To take a shot here.
What the hell's he saying?
That I already have on the board. Nothing really to mention as far as the velocity characteristics. We're still working off of this.
Yeah, what are the velocity characteristics currently? Could you give me that coefficient?
Price bar right there. And
the hell's he talking about?
We've seen here in the interim that interrupts that. These were both nice. Green bar opens here with relatively decent volume, at least spiking above this sort of very low nesting volume that we're seeing here on the 60-minute bar basis. So that's what things look like on my side, you guys. Everything
Everything
is
looks
tracking
good
so far. As far as directionally
flashbacks
what
of
we
ants
expect,
trades
again,
here.
this is the bigger picture setup. We started to track really nicely into the front end of this zone of strength, pulled back, and then here we are again. So you guys can see we could very easily re-enter this expanding megaphone, melt up fractal, and just be off to the races during the next couple weeks here. That's it from my side. Good luck, you guys.
Good luck. Okay, I want to see this Boss Blunt's drama.
Hello, Froggy Styles here. We're going to do a review on this video. It's got Boss Blunts in it.
What?
It says broker not allowing purchase.
We're doing a review of a video. We're going to do a review of a review of a video. This is second generation reviewing with Scott Allen. Wrapped up into retroactive DD. If you're in the right channel, you're on the right channel. Are you in the right room? Also, good evening. But
is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying it? What are you saying? Huh?
Yeah, please do a review of a review of a review. How many nesting reviews can we get? If we get a lot, maybe Bam will notice because he cares about, nested things. Froggy Styles is now attacking grifters. Did he watch any of his videos, his own videos yet? All right.
Purchase of AMC or 8 contracts called.
Got a nasty hum there. Nasty hum. Sounds like we're in the bowling alley on the phone. Okay.
AMC 1. I'm not sure. I can't even see the date on here.
All right. Froggy still believes in synthetics and the MOAS. Okay. All right. Well, I guess all is well in the world. I'm going to go back to the beginning and start it again.
Hello, Froggy Styles here. We're going to do a review on this video. It's got Boss Blunts in it. That says broker not allowing purchase of AMC or 8 contracts called AMC 1. I'm not sure. I can't even see the date on here. It says 28 minutes ago, so it's probably recent. Common Sense Investor
probably
caught it, recorded it,
wait a minute,
posted it, and I expect a lot more people to do that. If you catch these YouTubers talking some nonsense, record it and send it over. You can clip them, record it.
We've been doing that since July of 2021. Okay? That's what this channel started out as, and that's basically what it is. When AMC YouTubers start talking nonsense, and Mr. Froggy has been the subject of videos and or streams before for various nonsense. So he probably wouldn't know that, probably doesn't realize it, but when these guys know they're famous, they've been on my channel. Well, if you're on mine, you're probably infamous.
Anyway. Talking some nonsense, record it and send it over. You can clip them, record it somehow, and get it sent over, or at least post it on YouTube. But we got to expose these people for the frauds that they are. Listen to what Boss Blunt says.
And as Thomas Peterfy just got done saying, if retail really wanted a short squeeze, they would have exercised their long calls. And well, I don't really give a shit about a short squeeze.
Wait, what? You don't care about a short squeeze? Kind of strange.
I just want proper price discovery.
Proper price discovery? What does that mean? Would that have anything to do with his little beta phased broker app that he's working on called Lit Exchange? Him and Biggums have been pushing this stupid broker app. You can't trust any brokers, and they want to become a broker. That makes absolutely no sense. And they've been pushing this whole thing.
So
go lit.
So then they would be great brokers then. They're naturals. What's your complaint? Oh my God.
And it's like, all the brokers are like not right. You can't trust him. Why would you want to become a broker? What's he trying to do? Become FTX? Like 2.0? I mean, didn't he learn? Sam Bankman-Fried went to jail. He's over here wanting to, he's like, trust me, your stuff's safe on my brokerage account here.
Does he even
I
have?
wouldn't trust anything.
Is there a brokerage? I don't think that, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying what are you saying? Huh?
Yeah, I doubt there'd be an app. It would just be, a scam. Yes, we're live, Model 3 dude. We are.
Hold just a second there, Professor. We fixed the glitch.
Thing that this man brings out.
We fixed the glitch, but Froggy's still got that god awful hum. Ugh. I mean, I'm not gonna waste the time on de-humming that. But
So
ugh.
he can't even tell the truth about stuff in the market, and he doesn't even care about the squeeze. Most people are here for a squeeze. They don't really care about price discovery. But when you're a broker app, you actually get some kickback money for payment for order flow, and or you get cash deposits, which you can accidentally commingle like FTX did, and oopsie, they disappeared. And if you do it right, you might be able to get away with it. Sam Bankman-Fried was pretty sloppy, dirty, and stupid, got caught, and is probably gone to jail. So that's definitely not a shoe
We'll
I
see
would
about
want
that.
to follow in at all.
Oh, speaking of jail, check this out. Ex-Goldman banker Ing seeks delay to start of 10-year sentence. Ing slated to start prison term May 4th over the role in a fraud scheme. He asked the judge for a 3-month delay to see wife and daughter. And there is a little bit more to the story, but not really. So, just happened to see that.
I think that the
Model 3 dude, no, we have not viewed Donnie yet. But he is on the list.
people, the community probably do need a broker app. Needs an honest one. It's backed by an honest person. And I'm pretty sure somebody that isn't very honest, that has done a lot of shady stuff and already said he doesn't care about the squeeze, which, I mean, I think he was just running his mouth. I don't really think that he really meant that, but I'm kind of hoping that I'm right. I think he really wants the squeeze. He was just trying to, it's a sales pitch. I don't care about the squeeze.
Why wouldn't he want the squeeze?
I want price discovery. Sales pitch for my broker app. So, go lit or go broke. Isn't that what his saying is?
Sounds like Froggy's jealous he didn't think of this first.
They're using their platform to sell a product. Like, there's YouTubers that promote.
What about selling the MOAS product? The synthetic share garbage product? All of this nonsense. Naked shorting. Naked shorts. Naked short billions of synthetic shares. What about selling that? I mean, the reality is the apes have been everybody's bitch, basically. And they get, all of this garbage catered to them. Well, first of all, I say they're not that special. Why is all this garbage catered to them? Secondly, it's garbage. So, I mean, I guess you could call it a platform, but that is one rickety ass platform. That is platform that's about to, I mean, of course, I've been saying this for 2 years now. This platform is about to collapse. Meaning the AMC grift.
Affiliate links to make money, but this guy here is trying to come out with his own broker app to make money. So don't let him fool you. He's going to make money. He needs to wrangle up as many customers as possible.
Comments are turned off.
As possible because he gets
paid
per trade. So that's pretty much the whole goal. Be as nice as you can to the people, wrangle them up, have them trust you, bring their money in, and hopefully he doesn't swindle it. Not saying he would. I'm just saying
I mean, I think if you did some basic background research, not even research, but just like looking and paying attention, you probably would maybe come to the conclusion that what boss Blunts doesn't like is payment for order flow. So I don't think that if he created a brokerage, now this is just crazy to think this, I know, it probably wouldn't be a payment for order flow brokerage. So it wouldn't work that way. Uh, the customers would be paying commissions. They would be paying for that themselves. Somebody has to pay for it. And it could either be from a market maker or from the customer themselves. But I don't think that a guy who, has been pretty clearly against payment for order flow and off exchange market making, and the thing is called lit exchange, as in, on exchange as opposed to off exchange. Don't think it's going to be payment for order flow. So even in this type of video, this guy is brain dead. Jesus. Okay. Now, before we get to that, before we get to that, before we get to that, uh, before we get to whatever that is, how about this? Donnie who, George. There he is. Oh, did you see the other day? He was, wow, that's so many videos ago already. In Detroit, flipping houses. It's great to diversify your portfolio, AMC. In Detroit, flipping houses. Don't you love? I love when people come in from out of town and flip houses in my town. That's that's great investment. I'm so, that's really somebody who cares. Where's Chris? Chris isn't here, is he? So Chris is a landlord. Got to watch what I say about landlords. Okay, so let's see what this is all about here. All right, Donnie, give it to us straight.
It's not financial advice, it's not legal advice for entertainment
Yeah.
educational purposes only.
Yeah.
In my opinion, please don't make any financial decision.
Oh, we are animated tonight.
The like button, subscribe button on YouTube album stuff. Listen, that judge in the Allegheny case has made a ruling, and I am sure AMC is gonna be very, very upset. Allegheny's gonna be very, very upset. They're gonna not like what the judge wrote today, and it's already on the court's docket, so you can go to the court's docket and read it. The judge said that they cannot give us notice electronically. They have to mail the cards. But she went into even more detail. The judge says that Aaron...
God, he's so excited he can't even explain it. That was the worst explanation ever.
Adam Aaron publicly thanked the retail shareholders from saving the company and delivering $2.2 billion in equity. The judge said in her ruling that AMC was going to go bankrupt and retail investors saved the company. So she is fully aware. I mean, not Judge Zern, Vice Chancellor Zern is fully aware of what's going on, and they can't play the games with her that they've been playing with the other, that they play with our regulatory agencies. They cannot play those games in court. Not Judge Zern, Vice Chancellor Zern sees through all the madness. She also...
well, I mean, she repeated something that Adam Aaron has said. Adam Aaron said that. Let's just start there. Adam Aaron goes around saying that retail investors saved AMC from bankruptcy. Pretty clearly, he says that. So, how does that equate to seeing through all of the BS? I don't know. Doesn't. Boy, this is pathetic. It's like somebody for once, I guess validated some aspect of this, and they're just going crazy. They're just going crazy. I mean, he can't even contain his excitement that the judge, not the judge, Vice Chancellor Zern, actually said that AMC was going to go bankrupt and apes saved the day. Wow. Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
It becomes almost impossible for the common stock shareholders to defend themselves at the ballot box because of the ape shares. Now, she didn't rule that the ape shares were illegal yet, but the fact that she even put that on the table gives me a good idea where she is leaning. She is
no. What that's in reference to is the fact that they're going to have to mail something to every retail investor, like, because that statement, a lot of the other shares are held by the institutions or an institution, not retail investors. So in order for it to be fair for retail investors, they should be notified. I just don't like
that these ape shares, you know, they put common stock shareholders at risk. And she also said, and only the common suffers the consequence of retail apathy. What the judge is saying indirectly is that ape shares have too much voting power. Especially, she said, they were mirrored. They were mirrored where if you didn't vote, it became a yes vote. The judge is not playing the games that our regulatory agencies let these bad actors play, and the judge is on top of them. Okay? So as far as I'm concerned, right now, they have to do the mailing, and if they don't get it done by a certain time, that June 29th date is done.
So the mailing for what? Opt out? To opt out of the settlement. Is that what we're talking about here? I mean, he didn't even say. Mail info to shareholders. Okay. She ruled AMC can't put no opt out in the settlement proposal. Okay.
Could forget that June 29th court date. So this might go into July or even August. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think it's great that a judge has
it's great
ruling that they have to mail out the notice of the settlement? Oh man, I forgot the most important part. You know what these fools tried to, not fools, excuse me. You know what these attorneys tried to do? They tried to make the settlement for us unable to opt out. And the judge said that she didn't make a determination on the opt out yet. So how can they put opt out in the settlement? So they have to redo the entire settlement and take out these opt out clauses.
The entire settlement.
Make the settlement in a way where we couldn't sue after. We couldn't opt out of the settlement. And the judge said that she didn't rule on that yet, so they cannot put that in a settlement notice. So not only do they have to resubmit the settlement notice.
Oh my God, they have to resubmit the settlement notice.
They
only the apes would sit there and say, you know what? I don't want the extra shares. I love the company. Oh, I'm never selling my shares, but no, I don't want the extra ones. But you can't make this shit up. Oh my God. And yes, he has gone mental. I think so. I think so. God.
Also have to mail. They also have to mail shareholders notice. They can't do it electronically. Anyway, I think this is great news.
What about the homeless apes? What about the homeless apes? You want to increase access for retail shareholders? Go electronic. You don't have to have a home. Then, but if you're a transient, you don't have a mailing address. Boy, that was short-sighted.
Have a great day. God bless. And I appreciate.
What about the homeless apes? Okay. Let's see. We'll do one more here. And oh God.
It's not financial advice, not legal advice for entertainment, educational purposes only. Anything I say is my
His mom's asleep.
opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. That being said, hit the like button, subscribe button, all that YouTube algorithm stuff, so you get the videos I put them out. See them things, see me analyzing that data. But like I tell every day, the day they release us is false. Man, it gives a false narrative of the market so we can make bad trading decisions. Listen, I was thinking in detail about that 100 million those shares that Antara bought. The was it 1 million shares? And the more I thought about it, the more I have come to the conclusion that those had to be counterfeit shares. There's no way those million shares existed. It's absolutely crazy, and it in itself should warrant
What is he talking about?
an investigation. And
What are you talking about? There was 1 billion of these fucking shares authorized. What? So 1 million must be counterfeit. What the fuck is he smoking?
I myself will be submitting this information to the court in my objection because it is matter.
You don't get to fucking object, bro. Now you're starting to sound like a lawyer. Now I happen to know that your ass is not allowed to pretend to be pretend lawyer anymore. Oh man, maybe we need to send a fucking objection to the Delaware Chancery Court and say, look, this guy, if this clown, oh no, not clown, if this guy comes in, beware. He ain't allowed to do that. Nowhere. Yeah, he's starting to sound like, he's having flashbacks of 06 when he was still a lawyer. And he was scamming them people.
And Tarrant have been able to find 1 million shares to purchase. And let me give you another reason why in my opinion, they were counterfeit shares. They were just printed up by some market maker and put on Antara books, but the shares don't exist. If these shares, this million shares was available, okay? If these shares were available all this time, why would shorters be paying 1,000% interest rate to borrow shares?
What?
Why would they be paying 700% interest rate to borrow shares? Why would they?
Because one person is talking about buying them, another person is talking about lending them. There's a difference between buying something and lending it out. Like, you don't buy shares to short sell. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, okay.
They even pay 200% interest rate to borrow shares when they could just buy shares in the open market.
Because you don't buy shares to short them, genius. Wait. What did Froggy say about these guys being retarded? I think the exact quote was, when these guys are retarded, make sure you call them retarded. Froggy Styles said it, not me. I mean, come on. Yes. You could just go buy the shares and then sell them. Why don't you do that? Well, Donnie. Jesus. This also would seem to support my working hypothesis that he doesn't understand short selling. Just throwing that out there.
If 1 million shares were so readily available
Meaning somebody wanted to sell them. Somebody wanted to sell them, not lend them. Sell, not lend. Condoms, Rose. Condoms.
Such high cost to borrow. It makes absolutely no sense. It's absolutely outrageous.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. You're right.
AMC
God.
Is more fraud in the AMC fiasco. It's just more fraud. It's more fraud. It is mathematically impossible because of the OBV And then when I put that together,
Don't even go there with the OBV. Mathematically impossible. Yeah, mathematically impossible. Imagine being such, not even understanding the math behind OBV, because if you understood the math behind OBV, you wouldn't say something that ignorant. Mathematically impossible. Okay, what's mathematically impossible is coming to these conclusions from on-balance volume. That is mathematically impossible. Legitimately impossible. Wow. God.
how much people were paid to borrow these shares? Why would you pay 1,000% to borrow AMC shares if there was millions of shares available for you to buy? No one would do that.
They didn't want to buy them, you dumb fuck. They wanted to sell them. They wanted to sell them. The exact opposite of buying them. Holy shit. Holy motherfuck.
That. So for me, and this is just my opinion, this is further proof that those Antares shares were counterfeit. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think.
Not hard to see how this guy failed as a fucking lawyer. Holy fuck. I mean, you got to be kidding me with this nonsense. This is Mickey Mouse bullshit. Just listen. Do you hear the difference in emotion in his videos? Not yet. Not yet. Is he over? He's more confident? Or we'll come back to him. Okay. So here's some retroactive DD, I'm told. We love retroactive DD because it's better to do your research late than never. Even if it's after you already dump all your money into something. So I guess it's still better. But because late because because doing it after you lose money is better than never doing it, I guess. But anyway, what are we doing here? I don't know. Let's see.
All right. What is up, my retail family? It's Mike Connector from, you already know, chilling here at the crib. Now, this is not financial advice, and let me reiterate something. This is strictly my very own personal opinion, okay? Now, I'm going to sum it up. This is going to be part 3 of obviously meeting Adam Aaron. Now, what I'm about to tell you are, again, strictly my own opinions, my own thoughts. It's just strictly from me, no one else. 0 other people, no one else, strictly myself, okay? Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because I thought long and hard about what's transpired in the last couple of years. A lot has gone down, not only for retail, not only for investors, people looking to get into AMC for a short squeeze to have life-changing money. There was a lot of reasons people got in for the long haul, people that bought in 2020, even before the whole thing with AMC running up and all this other good stuff, right? People got in at all different times. People got in when it was high, 50, 60, 70 bucks. People got in when it was dirt cheap, $1 and some change. All aspects all across the board. Now, I know at one point we had 4 million shareholders. It looks like that the most recent data says that we have 3.8 million. Still, tons and tons of retail investors. Now,
I don't know about data. I haven't seen any data. I've seen people mention that, but I mean, I don't think anybody's ever seen data on those figures. It just came from Adam Aaron, and apparently it came from AMC's lawyers. So that's AMC saying that. That's a very one-sided, non-transparent figure. So, in evaluating it, I would just, take it with a grain of salt, really. Do we know that? I don't think we know that. Oh, you know what that reminds me of?
Do I think that's the case? I don't know. I don't really think that's the case.
Love that guy.
being in the play this long, still having the shares, the position, that is fine. For me, again, personally, I'm not going anywhere. Am I frustrated about a lot of things? Yes. Did a lot of things bother me how the companies handled certain situations? Absolutely, 100% yes. Now, knowing what I know now, just to be clear, yes, I am a yes voter. But knowing what I know now, I wouldn't have not voted yes. So let me be clear about that, okay? Now, I want to talk about strictly about Adam Aaron. Now, if there's any mistakes, like I always do, just keep it rolling. There's no cuts, there's no editing. I just record, say what I have to say, boom, and I bounce, okay? Now, Adam Aaron, we already know that he is a Harvard grad. He's a smart man. He's not dumb in any facet. He has deep ties, deep roots.
Well, I mean, Harvard. He went to Harvard, so he's smart. Okay.
When it comes to the financials, okay, when it comes to different industries, I think people need to understand that. Now, to what those are, again, that's something that I don't know personally.
Somebody can be good at their job, but why do we have to always go to, oh, he's a genius, he went to Harvard, oh, he went to XYZ school, he's so smart. I don't care where somebody went to school. If they're smart, doesn't mean that they're good at a job, doesn't mean that they're good people. He's an experienced executive. He's a successful, experienced executive who's commanded, half a dozen major corporations in his career or something like that. Whether somebody's smart or not, I mean, yeah, obviously he's fucking smart. But don't this is a tactic, this is a technique, can't remember exactly what it's called, unfortunately, but it's he's basically he's setting it's power of suggestion. He's making it's a suggestive way to talk about this. Don't really like that. I don't care if somebody's smart or not. Smart people do dumb things. Smart people do dumb things. So who cares if he's smart? Okay, anyway. God damn. Ron, Moas? Well, that's what we're trying to figure out here. But right now it sounds like yes. I'm getting a yes vibe from this guy.
I'm not, somebody that's on his side. I'm not somebody that rolls in those type of circles, okay? Now, one thing I do have to say is the fact that what has he done specifically for retail? What has Adam Aaron specifically done for the retail investor? Now, if you can put that in the comments below, tell me.
Well, the stock did not get delisted. It hasn't gone back to $1. You have popcorn. You have popcorn at the grocery store. Well, Walmart, I guess. I mean, and that's really an honor. It really says something when Walmart will sell your product. But I was at Walmart the other day and I saw a popcorn display and I got excited because oh, they actually have it. Well, no, they have the Jonas Brothers popcorn. They had the Jonas Brothers part, but not the AMC part. So that sucks. AMC isn't completely broke yet. That's true. That's something he's done for retail investors. Now, it could be argued, that that's, the opposite of doing something for retail investors. The better thing would have been, take them out back behind the shed, close your eyes. It's not, you won't feel anything, and just you know rip the Band-Aid off. But no, death by a million cuts. It would have been better if AMC had gone out of business, basically is what I'm saying. A lot of people would have not have lost a lot of money. Now, just saying. And they might have, who knows? Who knows? They, maybe anything could have happened. They could have bought a lottery ticket and won the lottery, but because they spent all on AMC, no lottery ticket. Powerball. Oh
Tell me
no.
what you think he's done for the retail investor, because for me, it's been absolutely squat. He's done nothing. Zero. Now, in June.
Well, that seems pretty disingenuous there, buddy. He's done squat for you? Okay. Well, first of all, like, what do you want him to come over and like get on his knees or something? Like what do you expect the CEO to do except try to run the company as well and profitably as they can? And uh, yeah, the landscape, the business, the industry, it sucks. Well, it always sucks, but it sucks particularly bad in new ways. But, okay, hasn't done anything. I guess he's not a fan of the popcorn. Okay, fine.
I'm sorry, in January we had a run up, okay? And they took away the buy button. Had nothing to do with Adam Aaron. Had nothing to do with him as a
Wait, in January? Oh boy, this is going full retard, off the rails, kitchen sink. This is a kitchen sink rant, I can tell right now, because he didn't even say the year. There was a run up back in January and they took the buy button away. Yeah, which January? Are you still living in 2021? It sounds like you're still living in 2021. I don't know.
Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying what are you saying? Huh?
What are you saying? I mean, it's very interesting the things that you notice when you actually pay attention. I'll just say that. Wow. Yeah, we had a run up back in January.
CEO or nothing. That was
Listen to it.
It's been absolutely squat. He's done nothing. Zero. Now, in January we had a run up, okay?
January of this year, right? Of last year, right? Oh, 2 years ago. They took away the buy. Right, 2 years ago. 2 fucking years. You're living Uncle Rico right here.
The buy button.
Jesus.
Had nothing to do with Adam Aaron. Had nothing to do with him as a CEO or nothing. That was a Robin Hood, a Citadel, and all. We already know the whole story for that, okay? But in June, when we had a run up, he's dumping shares in the market. A lot of people say that maybe caused, AMC to go down by him putting shares in the market. Then it comes to find out after that maybe he prevented the short squeeze, okay? A lot of people got in this play for a short squeeze, including myself. Life-changing money.
How'd that work out?
Now, meeting Adam Aaron last week.
Yeah, you thought it was a gamble. You thought it was you thought it was a sure thing. You thought it was one of those sure thing gambles. Like put in $20 and get $20,000 out. But I mean, he's got gray hair and his gray beard. He's got to be in his 40s probably, right? You don't know that by now? There is no such machine that you can put 20, and maybe Ron could make it. Ron could probably make this machine. Put in $20 and then a pallet of cash appears. It multiplies $20 into $20,000 in unmarked, non-sequential, banded, and manicured bills. You should know that by now. And the fact that you didn't, or that you're getting pissed because you didn't have a short squeeze for life-changing wealth, that you're pissed that the company sold shares at a time when the stock was way, way overvalued. I mean, isn't that a good thing? Actually, you know what? This guy, he's so blind because he literally just said that Adam Aaron has done squat for him. Adam Aaron hasn't done anything for him. And then he turned around and said, Adam Aaron sold shares in June. And we know he means June 2021, when the shares were the most overvalued they've ever been. Now, Adam Aaron didn't necessarily issue the shares at the all-time high, but isn't it a good thing for the company that they sold the shares at those inflated values? Isn't that actually strategic? because they get to keep, they get that money, not some other greasy-handed market participant. AMC actually gets that money. So they need to get as much as they can so that they can continue to be a stock that you can trade. So I say you've already proven yourself wrong that Adam Aron hasn't done anything for you. I mean, I didn't think I'd be doing this in this video, proving his own opinions wrong. But anyway, whatever. I mean, I think that makes sense. Now, it doesn't make sense why. Well, yeah, it does make sense, actually. Never mind. It does. He's a greedy fuck.
Thinking about it, seeing his demeanor.
This guy, not Adam Aron.
Meeting Adam Aron last week, thinking about it, seeing his demeanor, the way he acts. I've seen plenty of videos recently. People have been sending me tons of stuff about when you ask him hard questions, he starts yapping, he starts getting loud, he starts getting edgy, he starts getting irritated. That's the presence of a CEO, you know.
Listen to this. Listen to this guy. Listen to this fucking Muppet sitting there talking about the demeanor of a CEO. Yeah, I think we all can probably see how ridiculous that is.
People say, well, it's the handshake, it's this, it's that, it's how he dresses. No, I know plenty of people that don't dress well, but their demeanor, the aura, how they carry themselves is impeccable. They're just different cats, men and women. They have a different edge to them. Something that Adam Aron doesn't have. Now, in my opinion, me personally, just talking again, this is coming strictly from me. I want to make it very clear. This is my opinion, influenced by no one else. I'm my own man. I have my own thoughts, my own opinion. And I don't care what people say. You can say whatever you want to say on Twitter, whatever you want to say on social media. It doesn't bother me.
Cool. All right, cool.
I'm not in high school. Adam Aron, when it comes to AMC, with Adam Aron, yes, he is the CEO of AMC. He is the CEO of AMC. But he does not run AMC. He does not call the shots. He's told what to do. He is absolutely, in my opinion, 100% told exactly what to do, how to handle himself, what to do on the.
Okay, so I'm assuming, now this is a dumb thing to say, one should be able to assume that you have evidence for that, other than you feel that way. But we'll see.
On a daily basis or maybe on a weekly basis, whatever it is. But he is told by either a group of people, by one people, by a different company.
Well, is that one people one of the Bogdanov twins? Is it like a Wojak type thing, you know? What are you saying here? What are you saying? I mean, this is conspiratorial. This guy's a QAnon retard, isn't he? He's a QAnon subscriber. He is he's a Jewish space laser guy. He is he is an MTG MVP. I mean, that's the vibe I'm getting from this. And I would say that that's probably more substantiated than anything that he's going to say in this video. Like, I don't think it's that far off base to, say that he believes in Pizzagate. All right.
What to do. He's not the guy that calls the shots.
No.
He is. And pretty much
Donald Trump does.
In my life and how I read people and how I understand coming from where I come from.
Oh.
I know that's not
street smarts
false at all. I know what I know.
Trust you, bro. Okay. All right.
Going back to the meet and greets really quick. The meet and greets, yes, it's fine. Get out there retail, shaking the hand of a
It's funny because I know what I know too. That's
here's
wild.
The sad thing, okay? The sad thing about that is this is the pinnacle of some people's lives. Meeting a CEO, a company they invest in that they believe in wholeheartedly.
God.
Myself. I rolled with Adam Aron. But he has a track record that's not living up to retail expectations. He does not care about the short squeeze. You have to understand he's trying to run a company, but he's not running the company. Now, with that being said, going back to reading with Adam Aron.
Yeah, you're right.
He's nothing but a dog.
That has been said. It's been said. Many things are said, but how to? So we're just like, I love this. I love this. We're just supposed to accept that. Yeah, you know what? He's not. He may run the company, but he doesn't call the shots. Just trust me, because I know, coming from where I come from. I'm assuming that means he comes from a bad area. He comes from the streets, quote unquote. He comes from the wrong side of the tracks. Oh yeah, those are the people I trust. Let me tell you. Um, sorry, bro. Sorry, bro. No can do. But I love how he just expects his audience. He expects the viewer to just go ahead and, oh yeah, I'll give him that one. I'll just give him that one. Yeah, he seems genuine. His hair is almost perfect. Salt and pepper beard.
Let's dangle Adam Aaron out there. Let's get him to meet retail and and the CEO and also sign this and sign that. It's nice and all. Makes people warm and fuzzy inside. He's the only CEO to ever go out and meet and greet people and to do all these things. And
that's not true.
He likes talking about that and saying that we're here and we did this and we did that. It's a bunch of BS. Almost cussed. I don't buy it. I don't believe it for 1 second. That's just me. Again, personally, this is my opinion. I don't believe it for 1 second. To me, it's nothing but a simple dog and pony show. Let's get this guy, dangle him out there, just to make people happy, to make him think that he's actually doing something, to think that retail, to keep just bringing us in, to keep us bringing us in. But one thing they didn't expect is for us to keep sticking around and start digging, start asking questions. People see a guy like him and they take his word as gospel until you actually go up and answer.
No, that's not true. But we should take your word as gospel. We should take all of the AMC YouTubers' word as gospel, because they know, you guys know what you're talking about because of where you came from.
Ask questions to him and see him, look him directly in the eye and be like, hey, such and such is this. What's your answer? He gives you the answer. Hey, you know what? Until you do that, you don't understand where I'm coming from.
Oh,
I don't know for myself. I take time out of my life, out of my busy days, my schedule, guys, to go down to San Diego to find out for myself. Because I wasn't going to make these videos just by speculating by, hey, you know what? Have you ever met the guy? No. What happened?
That's almost worse, actually. That is almost worse, because your personal experience is the most subjective thing that you can offer us. And I don't care about it. I do not care, because you are not, this is not useful at all. Yeah, I'd actually probably get more from like CSI just sitting there, smoking a blunt, bullshitting. Probably would get more than your, road to Damascus moment where you realized that fucking Adam Aaron is a corporate CEO. He's a CEO. I mean, road to Emmaus. Is it Emmaus? Is it Damascus? I don't know. Whatever. I'm a recovering Catholic. Okay.
Happens a lot of times that in social media, a lot of people become keyboard warriors, right? Men and women. They have really big egos and they're pompous about a lot of things.
No.
They know everything, but when you're face to face with them, it's a different story. It's like out in the street. People can yap. All of a sudden, around when you get around them, and they're the same ones talking smack about you, all of a sudden their whole demeanor changes. They're like, "Hey, what's up, man? Hey, what's up, man, with me? You know what you said. Speak on it now." They don't.
Yeah, maybe they either don't want to get beat up by somebody who's crazy and obviously, fill in the blank, or yeah, I mean, what is this, like freaking third grade? This is some third grade bullshit.
So
here.
What he reminds me of, I wrote this down, and I've been saying this for a while. I've been talking about, to a couple of friends of mine, people that in my circles. Adam Aaron reminds me of Sam Bankman-Fried, SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried. That's what he reminds me of. The guy who actually just tanks FTX. Now you ask me why. How did he carry himself? Sloppy? Sort of looks like he just rolls out of bed every time? not that aspect of a billionaire. His aura, his presence, shy, never looked at you, sort of just talked in.
Yeah, he's autistic.
Adam Aaron reminds me of Sam Bankman-Fried, just an older version. Adam Aaron does not call the shots. This is my personal opinion. He gets pissed off, so be it. He said he's just another dude to me. Now, before I get out of here, I gotta say this.
Damn.
I believe in AMC. I wholeheartedly do. I believe in AMC. I do not believe in Adam Aaron one bit. I do not believe.
He said the key word right there. He said the key word. He believes. He believes in AMC. And that does not surprise me at all that he would say that. He believes. This guy is a believer. You can tell this guy is a believer. He's a believer. You know, he believes in faith. He believes in what he believes in, and he knows what he knows. And until you see it, until you look somebody in the face, in the eyes, you won't know. So maybe you're not a believer, but I'm a believer because I looked into his eyes. It's a bit of a fixed mindset, really. Yeah, it's I'm trying to be diplomatic, and not too judgmental, but whatever, so be it. It's just it's not evidence based. It's not flexible in thinking. It is, I believe in AMC. Yeah, you want to believe in AMC. It's because it's something you want. But you separate that desire and that hope from what actually is happening. Like, if you were a surgeon, could you operate on your wife or husband, significant other? Could you literally cut them open and do what you do as a surgeon, like professionally, without having the emotional aspect of, oh my God, this is my wife? Well, you may not be actually doing it for that reason, because it would be. So add in the, unrealized loss. I say it would be hard to be, probably would be hard to be objective. But I mean, shit, you got to face reality some point. Tony Tinko, what's up, sir? Seems like a lot of people from the streets are invested in AMC. It does seem like that. And that's not a bad thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Unfortunately, I think, well, let me just say this. I think a big part of that is because of these influencers. I mean, not this influencer, but like Lou, for example. Like, Lou appeals to certain types of people. For example, Frankie Mohammed and/or Donnie Who George. Those guys appeal to certain types of people, and so, I mean, the more the merrier. Fuck it, they're willing to they're willing to spend their money. Fuck it, who cares? Their money spends just as well as anybody else, or their money is scammed away. But the reality is most, if not all of them, are inexperienced market participants, and they're just gonna get scammed. They already did, just don't realize it yet. They have spent years watching their accounts go down on a shit play. If it was money they want, the market gave it up all week, but here we are waiting on the MOAS. Yep, here we are, waiting on the MOAS, still waiting for those margin calls. I literally saw zero data, data zero, came out with a video 20 hours ago, oh, AMC margin calls might be happening. Oh, be excited. That is so 2021. Margin calls? Really? I mean, we made fun of people that were talking about margin calls in like August of 2021. It was funny then because it was so ridiculous that, oh, you know what? It's Friday. I don't feel like really whipping up, much for dinner. Oh, fuck it. Margin calls. Hey guys, margin calls coming. Yeah. Ask Shart the Vix about that one and all those clowns. But I mean, really, margin calls? Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Believe in Adam Aaron at all.
But this guy, he's a believer. He's not a believer. He's a believer at AMC, but he's not a believer in Adam Aaron. I say, like, this isn't the place for fucking beliefs, really. I mean, I'm not really sure why. If you care about AMC, why would you be here for a short squeeze, first of all? So I don't, either you don't care about AMC or you don't care about the short squeeze. And I would say you probably don't care about AMC. So this has all just been a big fucking jerk off.
He does not have the retail investor best interest in his interest. He does not.
Guess what? MOAS is not in the company's best interest. That's why, one reason, it'll never happen, but one among many. What is best for the retail shareholder is probably not a massive short squeeze. It's probably not. Overall, in terms of all of the shareholders, I would be willing to put money down that a short squeeze is not the best outcome for most people. It's not the best outcome. And you know that these clowns, the ones that miss it, the ones that are like, you know what, I'm taking the day off. I've watched that stock every day for 3 years now. It's not going to happen today. And then it literally happens that day. There would be a hell of a lot of people afterwards still saying that wasn't the squeeze. The squeeze is coming. Margin calls are coming, guys. Trust me. I believe. Don't you believe? Don't you believe? Don't you? Do you know? Me neither.
Not care about you. The retail investor is always last to know, even when it comes to AMC, even when it comes to Adam Aaron, him and his dog and pony show. That's just what it is. This is my opinion. Now you can be upset by it. You can, say whatever you want to say. I'm telling you my piece. Meeting him last week and the track record from Adam Aaron over the last couple of years. I know what I know. I seen what I seen. Shaking his hand, his whole demeanor, his aura, the way he carries himself.
Aura. See all these pseudoscientific terms he's using here? Aura. Oh yes, the old aura, right? He can sense the energy. He picked up on his energy. And I say that's pretty much garbage. You're trying to read a book by its cover. Before, you'd only like seen a picture of the cover, right? You saw a drawing of the cover somebody else made. Now you actually saw the cover itself. And now you can judge it better. I mean, this is fucking stupid. God damn it.
Yeah, he's the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company, and even a run-up in June.
And if this were any other multi-billion-dollar company, I wonder, how many times he would have to come to the same conclusion about the CEO. The CEO is not your friend. He's not supposed to be your friend. I don't know where this idea came from. I mean, and it's pretty sad that you're just figuring this out now. I don't understand how you could literally think that the CEO of the company is banking on a short squeeze. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Infatuation of a dream of riches that won't happen. True. Apes are going to get destroyed during the conversion, reverse split, and dilution. I mean, it sure seems like a distinct possibility.
$20 billion company, but he doesn't call the shots. Not by a long shot.
Yeah.
He does not call the shots.
You've said that, but
he does.
You said that, and it sounds good, and you got the rhetoric. You just don't have any facts.
But he doesn't. Again, that's just my opinion.
That's retarded to say. Like, that's your opinion, okay? Based on what? Based on you notice his aura. Well, okay, then you're not that bright, quite frankly. I don't see how this could be a respected opinion whatsoever.
I'm going to conclude this. I'm approaching 10 minutes. I'm not going to go any further. I said what I had to say. I want my retail fam to understand something. I'm here for the retail investor. I'm here for the retail investor. The retail investor is always last to know. Is the reason why I started my channel. Yes, I rode with AMC. Yes, I rode with AMC. Yes, I rode with Adam Aaron. I believe that what he was telling you was trustworthy, was truthful. After all this time, it's not. Again, this is my opinion. I believe in AMC. I'm not going anywhere in that aspect. I believe in AMC. I do not believe in Adam Aaron. He gets upset about it. I don't care. It's nothing to do to me. That's all I have.
Why would he get upset at you? First of all, that's delusional. I think there's some hearty delusion going on here. Also, isn't it Adam Aaron's leadership that brought the company to where it was when you got into it? So how can you, again, how can you say that Adam Aaron has done nothing for you? The entire opportunity came about as a result of his leadership of the company. And boy, it was all good and fun and games for the first 2 years, wasn't it? When you believed that he was on your side and that he was a silverback ape and that he was in for the squeeze too. But then you realized, oh wait, he's the CEO. I guess I don't really know anything about CEOs. Huh, that's crazy. But I'm here for the retail investor. Yeah, here what? Asking the wrong questions at the wrong time? Not asking any questions and then asking all the questions. Literally ask no questions for 2 years and then you ask all the questions and say, "Oh, you know what? I just don't believe in him because aura." I mean, that is weak as fuck. That is weak as fuck. I mean, I know this guy thinks he's tough because he's like from the streets. Okay, fine. But that shit means nothing when it comes to actual like stuff. I hate to say, like, it doesn't matter when you're dealing with numbers. It doesn't matter when you're dealing with procedures. It doesn't matter when you're dealing with bureaucracy, structures, anything like that. You being a tough guy means nothing. It doesn't help you. But what does is being attentive to detail, reading things thoroughly, and thinking before you speak. I would love to, say something nice about this guy. I'm having trouble coming up with anything to say. So, yeah. No way this ends well without retail getting their investment back. Okay? You don't like they want to that's not how it works. You should have realized that there was a better chance than not of you not getting your money back in any way. Like that should be the assumption. That should be the assumption. Not that you're going to get it back 1,000 fold. But no. The more we dig, the more corrupt we find out this is. Okay? Again, retroactive DD. Retroactive DD. AMC only has a few quarters left of cash on hand. They need to pay off this debt in the rising rates environment because they are burning through cash reserves at an unsustainable rate. Well, guess what? They're not paying it off. It ain't going to happen. I mean, it literally, I mean, it's not going to happen. Adam stole retail money and taught the CEO aren't your friends. Well, you should have known that the CEO is not your friend. Yeah. Thanks, Mike. What can retail do to take over our company? It's not your company. You can't take it over. Shut up. Okay. What is this here? Adam Aaron.
In Boston, who's convinced that the lead director and our board.
Oh my God. This is
There's
great.
some idiot in Boston who's convinced that.
Is this real or is this deep fake? Did he actually say idiot in Boston?
There's some idiot in Boston who's convinced that the lead director and our board is on the take because he's got a daughter who's involved with it.
There's no way this is real. No way. I mean, Pet Rock Miner is a subscriber here. It would be amazing if he popped up to confirm that. I don't know. I mean, if so, he was blitzed.
The director and our board is on the take because he's got a daughter who's involved with a crypto exchange. I mean, it's all crap. It's all garbage. There's nothing there. It's so ridiculous.
I know what you're talking about, and I think our concern is this person. I think it's David Motter.
I don't know. It's Alpha Boss.
Yeah, but the individual you're talking about, sits on the board also at Morgan Stanley.
No, he doesn't. He sits on a board at Morgan Stanley, not the board at Morgan Stanley.
And so there's a little bit of uncomfortability with that. I think there's what they're trying to explain. And I'm not saying it's a big issue or not a big issue. I'm just saying if there is issues that need to be addressed.
The guy doesn't tell me what to do.
No, we're trying to tell you anything.
No. I'll tell you about still later.
Okay.
Doesn't tell me what to do. He doesn't.
Apes always think it's about them. That's amazing. That little exchange right there. Wow. Did you catch that? So listen.
Uncomfortabilities with that. I think there's what they're trying to explain. And I'm not saying it's a big issue or not a big issue. I'm just saying if there is issues that need to be addressed.
The guy doesn't tell me what to do.
No, we're trying to tell you anything.
No. I'll tell you. No. I'll tell you about still later.
Okay.
Doesn't tell me what to do. He doesn't.
The ape thought he was talking about him. No, the guy that you said who is, my puppet master is not telling me what to do. Listen, are you even listening to what you're saying? No, you're not, because you're a fucking dumb terminal conduit for all this garbage from these fucking dumbass influencers. This is the point right here. I mean, they Jesus Christ.
I'll tell you about still later.
Okay.
Doesn't tell me what to do. He doesn't. So he doesn't tell me what to do. So certainly his daughter doesn't tell me what to do. But I'm just telling you, this stuff that floats around that you guys read, that you give credibility to, it's all crap. It's all
crap. It's all garbage. All.
One thing.
It's only a conspiracy when it's proven true, right? It's only a conspiracy.
Yeah, but when it's false, when it's false, then it's bullshit.
Bullshit.
Yeah, but when it's false, then it's bullshit. 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 Bullshit.
I may have to steal this. I may have to steal that end loop. I like that end loop. That would be such a great ending loop. Wow. Nicely done. Nicely done. Okay. All right. Anybody is, needs trouble, or if anybody has trouble falling asleep tonight, just pull up this BAM video. He'll put you right to sleep. Okay. Couple more videos, then I'm off of here. So, see what we got here. I know there's a lot of stuff, but it's just been a crazy busy time. So, Frankie, okay. You know what? And you know what? Oh, Bam is unwatchable, unlistenable. He is just, he's the uninfluencer.
Hello,
Hello, my name is Frankie. All right, here we go.
what's up? This Frankie, man. Let me say I'm not a financial advisor. Anything that I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only. Whatever I say in this video is my opinion, may not necessarily be factual. Don't buy, sell, or hold a stock because of anything that I say in this video. When it comes to the no voters, man, we just not going to sit back and let Adam Aaron do whatever he want to do and just get over on retail investors. Man, we don't get down like that. So I'm watching Donahue George's video.
Those no voters, they don't get down like that.
Adam Aaron is trying to submit paperwork or the appropriate documentation that will prevent him from having to mail those 3.8 million letters, notifications out to retail investors, letting them know what was going on with the lawsuit and the settlement. He don't want to do the mail outs. You see what I'm saying? He want to do things electronically because
let's stop right here and think about why they would want to do it electronically and not mailed out. Because, we're talking about a company that is in dire straits financially. So, costs money to mail things. I don't know what the postage is on those I don't know if it's 3x5 postcard postage. I don't know. I don't know if it would be the same for that, but okay. But maybe it's something like, I don't know. It wouldn't be first. I don't know. I don't want to say because I don't know, but let's just put it this way. Okay. It would cost more money. It would cost AMC more money to send out the cards. Now, you guys want a short squeeze. Does it make sense to spend the money to mail out the cards? And plus, they got to be printed. You got to print the cards. You got to mail out the cards. I'm just putting this out here. There could be reasons why, other than what he's about to say, what I think he's about to say. Let's find out what he's about to say. He said, Adam Aaron don't want to do that because, and then I paused it. So let's go back. We'll see what he says, but there could be other reasons. That's all I'm trying to say.
You see what I'm saying? He want to do things electronically because he's saying it's going to be too expensive. My thing is it too expensive? Is that the reason why you don't want to do it, Adam Aaron? Or is it fear? You don't want
of course it's fear.
And made aware of what you're doing. You don't want that type of awareness to take place. You don't want that type of awareness going on, as far as the.
So the assumption is that people would see it more if it were mailed. I can tell you right now, I feel like it would be more visible electronically. That's my opinion. I don't have data to back that up. There probably is data out there to back it up, though. Maybe. But I wouldn't want to mail out the fucking cards either. What? And let's be honest, Frankie, you wouldn't want to either. You wouldn't want to waste the money because people are going to see something that doesn't have a stamp. It's got business reply mail or whatever the hell on the back. They're going to throw it away. They're not even going to look at it. Junk mail.
Court date, the hearing and all that. You don't want that type of awareness. I think that's more so what it is. No, they want to notify people via internet and the email. Here's the thing, man. Most people don't even, come online. A lot of people, they hold an AMC stock. They don't actively.
They don't come online. How in the fuck did they buy the shares then? They call up their fucking broker? I hope he has better reasons than these dumbass reasons. Holy shit.
Be online. Also, people don't check their emails, or some people.
Well, that's retarded. Like, how do you not check your email? Especially if you are smart enough, supposedly, clever enough to get one over on Wall Street by buying and holding AMC stock. Maybe they should notify people on Reddit and YouTube.
People email going to the spam box. They don't check it. You see what I'm saying? So, that's not sufficient enough. Those are some of the ways that you can notify, retail investors about the settlement. But that's not appropriate, if you said you trying to make everybody aware of what's going on. That's not comprehensive enough. You got to do more than that, Adam Aaron. You see what I'm saying? And that less than $2 million that Adam Aaron is going to spend on doing those mail outs. I think it's a little bit over $1.5 million or whatever it is. He was willing to spend $100 million and he said he hadn't done anything wrong. So surely, this not going to kill Adam Aaron if he spent less than $2 million to properly notify everybody about the lawsuit and the settlement that's taking place with our AMC stock. And see, what he's trying to do, in my opinion, what he don't want to do, he don't want everybody to know about the corruption that's going on.
Of course he was a cop, Ron. You said it. He's a fool. Hey, no disrespect. No disrespect intended, but, yeah, he was probably a good cop, too.
On in our stock. You see what I'm saying? He really don't want everybody to know what's really going on as far as people, going to lose all their shares.
He was a cop in Memphis, okay? Memphis, Tennessee has one of the most corrupt police departments ever, anywhere. They all are, of course, but, anyway.
Or he don't want people inquiring, the majority of retail investors, learning, really, truly looking into those proposals, that he put out there. See, he just don't want everybody to
he doesn't want everybody to do that. But you only know that half a dozen or more YouTubers are going to go through it with especially Tony Franzetti. Line by line with a fine-tooth comb. So what do you mean? Like they don't want people to see it? People are going to see it.
About what's going on. And see, because he really need to do those mail outs. The mail outs, is important because people need to have the opportunity.
If this was the opposite way, he'd be saying the exact opposite thing. He doesn't give a fuck about the mail outs. He does not give a fuck about the mail outs.
They need to have the opportunity, to be able to write objections, know how they need to do the objections, and they need to be properly notified, when the hearing date is. So, it's not just, it's not sufficient just to say you're going to contact people via internet or email. People need to receive those notifications through mail. But all it is Adam Aaron trying to in my opinion, screw over retail investors, like he normally do,
That doesn't even make sense because, as Adam Aaron has stated publicly many times, he is also a retail investor. He owns AMC shares. So if he's screwing over the retail investors, he's screwing over himself. He's screwing over the company that his job is to lead. I mean, these people have such little clue. I mean, they think everybody is a double, triple, quadruple agent, that people are, able to be controlled by another person, a group of people. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Be careful with Tony F because he's taking notes on who talks about him, and you may get a knock on your door. I say, come after me. Bring it on. And I've been talking about him for 2 years. So good fucking luck finding me. That's all I got to say. Good fucking luck. I mean, he's going to be, Googling where does Darth Vader live?
He's trying to get over. And the sad thing is this, if any reasonable and prudent person, even the yes voters, if they look at this whole thing, they're going to look at...
Even a yes voter. What a dick.
And say, man, how can you not say he's not trying to get over? Because, see, although, man, I know y'all want the yes vote, y'all want to make money or whatever, but you can see that that's not more than right. You already, as a yes voter, you already know everybody that's involved in this lawsuit and this settlement is not going to be properly notified if they doing it just by, the internet. Y'all already know that. Y'all can see. You can see the guy that y'all worship so much. That's why I said, man, integrity is an issue for him. Character, having good character is a issue for Adam Aaron. Just like he tried to get over backdooring us with the entire capital deal, in my opinion, he's trying to do the same thing. He wants to go behind retail investors back all 3.8 million, get this settlement done, get this lawsuit done, and everybody not truly know, man, what's going on. I'm telling you, man, he has character issues. He lacked integrity. The only thing he care about is himself, 1%ers, him getting rich, and them getting rich. He don't give a damn about shareholders. Why wouldn't you?
God damn. I mean, the thing is, bro, you own the same fucking shares that he owns. You guys are both on the same fucking team. Now, it doesn't mean you're friends, but AMC does well, it benefits him. AMC does well, it benefits you. How does that benefit the 1%ers? Oh, we're going with the conspiracy that Adam Aaron is conspiring to keep the share price low. So for his hedge fund buddies, I guess that's what we're talking about. I mean, you have to just be, have way too much time to sit around and think about this shit and come up with these wild fantasies for this to be at all helpful. They're totally fucked. Totally fucked. I mean, Jesus. Oh, I got to play this fool from Model 3 dude here. Who is this fool? You can't count AMC shares. You know what else you can't do?
You can't kill Michael Myers! It's impossible! But what you can do is buy AMC stock!
Millions coming, baby.
All right, let me make this video to explain this. Even if we have a share count, even if the vice chancellor was to get all the information they
is he at court? Is he in court? I don't know.
Needed.
Where is he?
We have a little bit
of
problem. The synthetics are in the possession of the brokers, the market maker, the exchange. Nobody's going to admit to that. I mean, not for nothing, it's a crime. So it's like a cop pulling you over and you got got like wild shit in your trunk. And he's like, do you have any wild shit in your car? You're like, no, not at all. As a matter of fact, this is from Avis. You're never going to admit to that. So even if we have a share count, even if we do everything we have to do, even if they do paper stuff, whatever, no one's ever going to fucking bright lights. No one's ever going to admit to the fact that they have synthetics created IOUs. So that's the problem. So even if a court was to one day turn around and say, you know, synthetics have to cover, who are they going to tell that to? Because right now, nobody knows who has them. We know they're out there. We know when there's a bunch of shares that pop out of nowhere, but that's the shit we see, and it disappears. But what about the things we don't see that are tucked away in the deep, quiet places of Wall Street? Remember, synthetics are legal if they're saying they're trying to locate the shares to complete their orders, and they just keep spinning that wheel back and forth, and swapping them out. So that's why we're share count now. We're beyond that. So you can't count synthetics because nobody's going to admit to that crime.
Doesn't make sense. Makes no sense. Doesn't make sense. You know, there is no such thing in the market as a synthetic share. If you quote unquote own a share, then you own a share. You have the, you know, ownership rights, unless it's loaned out. And you know, it's interesting how that works, because the voting right is loaned with the share. So, but you still benefit economically from the equity exposure. So you could sell it if the price goes up, even though the share itself is quote unquote loaned to somebody, and including the voting right that came with it. Now, they're also exposed to the equity, but at the end of the day, that exposure is offset by the short seller, by the short position itself. Those two positions cancel each other out economically. They collapse upon one another, and you're left with the original share. So at the end of the day, you know, if that's what he means by synthetic, then okay. It's the second position that's created from a short sale. It's a position, though. It's not a share. That's critical. It's a position. It's an equity exposure. It's not a share itself. I guess you could, well, anyway. Now, he's saying they're held by the market makers, blah, 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 exchange, blah, 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 blah. Well, yeah, everything is held by DTCC or Seed and Company. But the thing is, maybe he means as a result of, you know, market maker naked shorting. Okay, but there's no evidence. Like, how do we know that? There's no evidence. There's no way to know that. And again, the market does not differentiate between any of this anyway. If you have a share, it says you have one share, then you have a share. It doesn't. If there were something called synthetic, and that's what it was, you would never know it. It would make no difference, because you can go and sell your share. And guess what? If your share is loaned out and you sell your share, what if it can't be recalled from the borrower in time? Guess what? That's an FTD. Has nothing to do with naked shorting. Anyway, amazing that there are other ways, other things that things could be besides the thing that they assume that it is. And I'd say more often than not, it is something other than what they think it is, what they assume that it is. but they've never gotten that far. The only thing they've ever been exposed to, by and large, is the thing that they think it is. They want to believe it is. They want to believe. They want to believe. So they don't even get past it. They don't even get to anything else. They don't get to anything that is even close to being enough proof for the claims that they're making, that they have made for 2 years. Not even close. Not even fucking close. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. Okay, let's see what else we got here. We already did It's All Bullshit. Let's do Mr. Cool Glasses. Fake shares and fake influencers. Now the fake shares are legal. I mean, you know, you can't make this shit up. Although they do. You can't make this shit up, but Lou does. He absolutely fucking does. This shit, I mean, he's it's comical. It is absolutely entertaining. All right. But let's go with Mr. Let's see. What is that? An octa? I don't even know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-sided. Wait, what? 7-sided glasses. Who knew? Okay.
Hey friends, welcome to Stocks and Crypto Plays. I'm talking about AMC.
Well, he's got the applause back. He's got the game show atmosphere back. Must be maybe we can win a car. Mr. Magoo looking angry. Magoo's looking angry. All right.
Hey friends, welcome to Stocks and Crypto Plays. I'm talking about AMC stock. We have a notice from the judge in the AMC court case that she gave to both counselors. And she is very talented and very impressive judge counselor.
Uh-oh.
She's very impressive.
Oh, she's very talented. Somebody's got a crush.
Okay, because these guys, these lawyers, especially on the AMC side, they're really trying to get over on us, and they're trying to do things that they think the judge is not going to notice. And she's very smart, and she's calling them out on it, and she's saying no.
She's very smart. Where did she go to? Did she go to Harvard? Because that's where Adam Aaron went, okay? And he's smart. So we'll see about that. And by the way, trying to get one over on retail investors, you're literally reading the fucking document. Like, yeah, they're trying to get one over on you. They know you all read the fucking documents, but they also know that you don't know what you're reading. So, but I mean, if anybody knows anything about this, they should know. They should know that if there's a document available online somewhere, one of you people, if we can call you that, will find it and talk about it and misinterpret it. But still, and then I'll come along and watch your video and correct you, and nobody will see it. And then the people that, you know, and then somebody will come in here and they'll make fun of me for having few subscribers and viewers, which I appreciate all of the subscribers and viewers always. I mean, you know, there's no point to do it otherwise if nobody sees it. But I just know how this is going to go. So I'm not even going to go down that road. Although I just
No, you're not going to
back up out of that road.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stop you. This is my decision. She's so very impressive, guys. Okay, so hit like, subscribe, and notifications. Share the video with a friend. Judge Zern is off to a very impressive start and a very respectful.
I love this, though. Building up the hope. They think that the judge is going to rule in some kind of favor that would give the apes what they want. I mean, I bet if we could do an informal poll of all of these influencer fucks and ask them, do you think the judge is going to rule that the ape dividend is illegal, that should never have had voting rights, and we're going to come up with this clever way to undo all the trading, you know, and it will never happen. Will never happen. But I bet that they think that it will. And that's the assumption they're running on right now. I mean, I don't know. Do you think they're running on the assumption that the judge? I mean, listen to how thoroughly he patronized her in that introduction. She's so smart. She's so impressive. She's really smart. She went to a smart school. She's smarter than Adam Aaron. I mean, they're putting this woman on a pedestal because they think that she's going to give them what they want. And I can tell you right now, the heartbreak that is setting up it will be the most epic shit that we will cover on this channel in this bullshit. I mean, imagine this. I'm getting excited. Thinking about this. They think that they've finally found an advocate, somebody who has power, somebody who can actually do something to help them. They think that she's going to do that. And just like all of the other times, they misread, they make faulty assumptions, they misinterpret, they don't pay attention, they miss things. Like the fact that Adam Aaron said that AMC was going to go bankrupt. Now the judge said that, so it means something. When Adam Aaron said it, she is going to break their heart like nobody has ever broken their heart before. And it's going to be fucking spectacular. And they're going to be crushed. They're going to be crushed. They haven't had such traitorous participation. They haven't had somebody stab them in the back quite the same way, although I think they think Adam Aaron did. But it's different. It's different because they, I can't wait until she crushes them because I think it's pretty clear to say she's not going to do she's not going to undo the ape dividend. She's not going to undo the trading. She's not going to undo the vote. Chances are the shit's going to go through. Chances are the settlement is going to go down the way that they have agreed to it. Yeah, they're going to have to mail out these cards. Big fucking whoop. Doesn't matter. They're still doing the settlement, I say. And that may crush the apes. May crush the apes. We can only hope. All right.
Full start to this court case. She's doing excellent.
Now, I'll tell you what. I would accept an appointment of special master. That's hilarious. I mean, that would be awesome. I would take care of them. Holy shit. I got to go take the bar exam though first.
So
get admitted in Florida.
Basically, these guys tried to sneak in a clause where it says that it's like a non-opt-out clause. Do you believe that, friends? They tried to put in a non-opt-out clause so that we can't opt out of this garbage settlement.
God, he's so sassy and so pissed right now. Also, why do you not want the fucking settlement? If it's going to happen, why would you say no? No, I don't want the free stuff. No, I don't want it. No, I'm not taking it from you. I don't like you because you want me to be poor. This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard, but it makes sense if it's not about money for you. And we know the apes are highly principled. It's not about money. It's not about money. It's about making markets transparent. Right. Why would you not take the motherfucking settlement? Oh my God. What is it called? when people don't make things about what they're supposed to be about. Okay, scratch that. The market, scratch that. Our society is a capitalist, they say. They say it's capitalism, okay? So that means, like, make money, profit. Buy something for $1, sell it for $2, keep the dollar, okay? That is the motivating factor for everything. Except when it comes to the apes. Except the apes. It's not about the money. It's about the principle of it. It's about, you know, the fact that Ken Griffin is rich and I'm not. That's unfair. This is where they really show how childish they are and how they just don't get it. I think Senator Clay Davis on The Wire said it the best. I'll take any motherfucker's money if he's giving it away. I'll take anybody's money if he's giving it away. And I mean, it's kind of like that. I don't care where the shares came from. I don't care. You're saying that I'm going to get more shares now? Yes, please. Because then I can sell it for more later or higher quantity. But no, the apes, they have such principles that they're willing to forfeit those MOAS tickets, free ones, by the way, out of some principle because it's a garbage settlement. And this guy loves being sassy.
So that we can't opt out of this garbage settlement. Because if this settlement gets approved and you agree to it and you don't opt out, and you're part of this class action settlement, that means you can't sue AMC for anything. And it also means
you're not going to sue AMC for anything either. You're not going to. I mean, why would you? And do you really think that after there's a settlement has been reached, that they're going to relitigate this? I don't think so. I don't fucking think so. You got to be delusional. You don't have the money, by the way, either, to litigate this. You don't. You don't have the money to go to Delaware. You don't have the money to hire a lawyer who practices law in Delaware. I guarantee you. If you're trying to get rich from this, you cannot afford a Delaware lawyer, period. Always waiting on him to yell at his mom during a video. Mom, I'm making a video. Shut up. Yes. Yeah. Yes, I want cheese on my burger. Fuck. Must be bad because companies avoid reporting on Friday. After market close. Oh, that's a red flag. Yep. He looks like someone who can't live within 1,000 feet of a school. Oh yeah, he definitely has, some NCOs. God, I'm only a minute into this video.
that they'll take 90% of your shares upon approval.
Oh, take 90.
And there's nothing you could do about it. And they'll give you back 1 share for every 7 that you own. That's actual theft. It's actual theft. And they don't.
No, it's not, because you don't own it to begin with. You don't own it to begin with. And see, this is why you need to understand these things. You are buying a contractual conference of ownership rights. You're buying the right to have ownership rights of that share. You're not buying a share. Not buying a share. It's never yours. There actually is nothing that even could be. There is no physical share. So it's not actual theft. Not actual theft. It's not any type of theft because you're not losing anything. Is the pizza cut into 4 gigantic pieces or 8 smaller pieces? Say that again. Oh shit. What did I say? I honestly, I don't remember. I know we were talking about actual theft. Oh yes. You never own the share. You never own anything. You have contractual conference of ownership rights. That's what you get when you buy a share of stock. You never own it. And there's nothing for you to own. The broker puts a tally, the DTCC puts a tally mark under AMC for your broker. Oh, looks like we got another one there. Boy, those Webull people, they love this AMC. So this many shares are held by people at Webull. That's all they know. And quote unquote share is just, exposure to the equity, voting rights, X, Y, and Z. But I mean that's just addressing the half of it. The other part of it is you're not losing anything. You're exchanging 5 single dollar bills for a $5 bill. I don't know how people are still saying this. Stealing 90% of your shares. That is one of the dumbest things that I've ever heard with AMC. I mean, it just keeps getting dumber, so maybe there'll be something else. But that is, in no world is that true. Not even in their crazy fantasy, Willy Wonka world of whatever, that now he can't be within 1,000 feet of a school. I don't care. It's still not how it works. Still not correct. I mean, so frustrating because it all comes back to basic fucking knowledge and skills. And the discipline not to just go ahead and believe what the herd is saying. I mean, that's really the lesson here, in my opinion. It is the herd will lead you off the cliff more often than not, especially if you go all in on the herd. You're fucked, okay? You're fucked. You are going into the Grand Canyon.
I don't want you to have the ability to opt out. That's just disgusting. But thankfully, the judge knows that as well. And she told him that'll be her decision, not theirs. And it doesn't matter if they request a non-opt-out. It's up to her. I love her for that. How impressive. Okay.
He loves her. Oh God, he's got a boner.
So that's the first part of the letter, but then, and a very, very important piece of it. But then we're going to take a look here on page 3. There were 7 pages of the letter. On page 3, I wanted to point out to you where she's kind of ripping them new behinds for trying to say, hey, we want to just do something on Twitter and, do like some sort of electronic filing or like an email or something about this lawsuit. And they don't want to send postcards in the mail. And the judge is not happy about that because she knows people don't check their emails. Most people don't check their emails. It's so...
Here we go again. Most people don't check their emails. What are you, unemployed? I mean, yeah, people who have fucking jobs and lives and they actually do shit, yes, they check their email. My grandma checks her fucking email and she's retired. I mean, come on. What are you talking about? Most people don't check their email. Are you speaking for yourself? I mean, what the hell? Second fucking person to say this. I mean, maybe I'm way off, and people don't check their email. But the kind of fucking people who sit around all day and watch and create AMC videos for YouTube and read about it on Reddit and Twitter, they check their emails. They will know about it. That's not who you have to worry about.
So easy for email to get lost in spam. How many emails do we get a day? I probably get 100 emails.
Well, how would you know? You don't check it.
A day. And some of you probably get more than that. How are you going to notice that you got an AMC email? And how many people are on Twitter?
Well, see, that's why you have to pay attention to shit. You actually have to read things. See what I mean? It all goes back to basic fucking shit. Oh, we can't be bothered. I can't read all those emails. It might go to spam. What am I supposed to do? You're supposed to be a fucking adult. And guess what? Some things you don't want to miss. Well, that's just it. Sometimes you miss shit and it fucks you. Or, you pay attention, you're cognizant, and you don't miss it. And congratulations, you're an adult. You get no prize, you get no reward, but congratulations, you're an adult.
He's on Twitter.
God damn it.
I heard a statistic that said less than 20% of the population is on Twitter. And out of those 20%, they actually use it more than once a month or once every 6 months, okay? So she knows this, and so she goes on to say that she's pretty much going to force them to send a postcard. And she said that, you know what, guys, you try to tell me that in the past this court approved electronic filings. And she went on to say that that was only very rare occurrences over a course of like 15 years. So she's like, that's not going to hold up. So
yeah, because, more people now don't have email than they did 15 years ago. I mean, I'm starting to wonder about this broad, honestly. Is she really that bright? I don't know. I would think, if anything, more people would have more access to email now. More people would have more access to email now than they did 15 fucking years ago. When way more people were still using fucking dial-up internet 15 years ago. They were. So I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Sounds like she's just kind of being a bitch. Just to be a bitch because she doesn't want this settlement to happen, basically, or something. I don't know. I didn't read the document. I'm not going to read the document. I don't care that much. I'll let Tony F. read the document and tell us what's going on with it sometime, if it matters. I don't think it does. Not going to change anything. This changes nothing.
So basically, she's telling them, you guys are going to have to mail postcards. And then she said to them,
great. Mail the postcards. That's more money AMC will have to spend. That's less money for your little mo ass. So now it's a little mo ass.
She's like, in regards to your complaint that it's too expensive to send postcards, she called them out. I wish I could hear her actually saying these words. She called them out. She's like, really?
Why don't we role play it?
She's like, it's too expensive, huh? But you're willing to pay $100 million worth of AMC stock to settle this lawsuit? $100 million, but it's too expensive to send out postcards.
Well, how much does that stock cost them? How much does the stock cost them? How much does the stock cost them? Good question. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm starting to have my doubts about this broad. All right.
That's what she said in these papers. It's amazing.
The fact that they love it and love her also does not help her prospects here.
I love it so much, friends. All right, let me take a look here on page 3. What else I got for you?
Stamps cost more than ape.
Let's see. Defensive explained that due to the size of AMC stockholder base, postcards will be expensive. Okay, so that's basically what I summed up for you on page 3. Page 4.
I'm glad we're still looking at page 1, by the way, too. It's awesome.
To share with you. Yeah, she just goes on to say that it's not too expensive. They're the ones that are willing to pay $100 million in damages, so it's not too expensive to them to send those out.
Are they really paying $100 million, or is that $100 million? Is that $100 million that that they won't collect from selling the shares otherwise? That's a difference. But I don't know. Okay, fine, whatever. But I'm having my doubts about this product.
Oh, she goes on to say that she's gotten a lot of letters from us and she's reviewed them. She says that in the paperwork. That is so exciting, friends. So you're not wasting your time by writing letters.
She read my letter. She read my letter.
Do it, friends. Write more letters and make sure you officially object to the settlement. Okay, and then she goes on to say in the letter that she reviewed them, and she's like, I love to see the engagement, basically. There's a lot of engagement. She didn't say she loved to see it. She says there's a lot of engagement from retail shareholders, but she goes on to say that that's only a small portion in relation to the entire shareholders of AMC, which is very true. So let's say, for example, she gets 5,000 letters, guys, or 10,000 letters. She just said there's 3.7 million shareholders. So what is 5 or 10,000 people sending letters? What's that, like 0.001% or something like that? So, she's saying that all these other shareholders, they're not very engaged and they don't even vote. And she's like, they need a postcard. And I fully agree with her to know they need to know what's going on, so they have an opportunity to object as well.
Actually, it's 0.25%, but you weren't too far off.
They may not even know about this lawsuit, a lot of the retail holders. Okay, so let's see what else. She has some other notes in here that I read. I'm just reviewing again. I'm going to go to page 5.
Actually, it's a pretty cool number, if you're into that sort of thing. It is kind of a cool number. Let's see here. I'll show you the number. It's kind of a cool number. 0.270, 270, 270. So 270 repeating. Pretty sweet. All right. Yeah, it's a fun Friday night around here. It's a cool number.
Page 7. Yeah, that was about it. So page 7. So the other pages is just a lot of legal jargon that's not really.
Yeah, who cares? Doesn't matter.
Page 7, she says, please be advised that the court intends to publish a letter to stockholders with specific instructions and a form for stockholders to return to the register in Chancellery if they have properly objected and intend to speak at the settlement hearing. Please reference both in a new paragraph 76.
That hearing is going to be such a shit show.
So you guys need to make sure you object and send the letter and object. If you need more information, you can go on the court's website. Okay. It's the Delaware Court of Chancellery. You could just Google it, Delaware Court of Chancellery. It'll pull up.
Yeah, right. Wait, what?
Adam Aaron and the hedge fund boys are trying to steal 90% of our shares, and we just found out.
No, they're not. They're not. Gosh, what do they think? Oh, I have 10 shares. Somebody's going to come and collect 9 of them, and they're going to keep them. No, you fucking retard. The goddamn shares are being fucking reverse split. That means they go away. But your equity doesn't change. I can't listen to any more of this retardation right now. So we'll go to whatever Model 3 dude has in here. I better not be stupid. Oh, fuck. God damn it.
Hey guys, welcome back. Tony Denaro here. I hope you all had a great Friday and are ready for an awesome weekend. In this video, I want to go over a quick update.
Sounds like he's going to have an awesome weekend. I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Judge Zern in the Delaware Chancery Court. As we talked about the other day, the counsel for Allegheny submitted the stipulation for settlement, and we went over those details in a live stream that is available still on my channel if you want to go check that out. Today, we heard from Judge Zern with her thoughts about that settlement before she scheduled everything. So let's talk for a minute about what are the key highlights from this letter, and then if any other updates come in the coming days, I will keep you posted. The first item that the judge mentions to counsel is that she doesn't like that they presumptively used the word non-opt-out in the scheduling order, the notice, and the stipulation. And she asked them to remove it from two of those, from the notice and the stipulation. The judge will decide at the end of June on the settlement hearing date if this is...
You know what? I just realized, and I said I wasn't going to read this thing. Yeah, that's so I should never say never. It says, first, I note 4 mentions of the class being a non-opt-out class. 1 in the scheduling order, 1 in the notice, 2 in the stipulation. As to the scheduling order, I wish to clarify that this mention refers to and only preliminarily designates a temporary settlement class for the purpose of providing notice. Whether the settlement class will be certified as a non-opt-out class is a decision the court will make in its sole discretion when the court rules on class certification and the settlement terms. To that end, the notice and the stipulation include language that is fairly read as predicting or mandating that the court will certify the ultimate class as a non-opt-out class. Okay, so let's see. Just looking through these footnotes here. So non-opt-out. All right. All right. I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to, see how the wording was. All right. I didn't realize they used the term non-opt-out, which is different from opt-in. But anyway,
a non-opt-out class or not. And so she doesn't want them putting that in the notice or the settlement stipulation. The next couple pages from the judge have to do with how the shareholders are going to be notified about this proposed settlement. And when we talked about this the other day, when we went over the settlement, we noted that the plaintiffs and defendants counsels, when they wrote up the settlement, even though they had just talked on the phone on Monday with the judge about how notification should happen, they still submitted the settlement with only electronic notifications through 8K, websites, emails, things like that. And it was pretty clear that the judge was telling them on Monday she wanted the shareholders to be notified by mail. And so she spends now a couple pages admonishing them about that. She goes on to say that although she is sympathetic to the cost of mailing all individual shareholders, that is the norm at the court to notify shareholders by mail. And although there have been a couple of times where electronic notification was done over the past decade, that is the exception and not the rule. She says that no good explanation was given other than the cost why they didn't want to do the mailing. And she basically said, I
mean, obviously, because, that's what this is all about. Obviously, the cost is an issue because AMC has to go in this fucking circuitous bullshit in order to raise money because their investors are fucking retarded. So yeah, let's protect the retail investors. Make the company spend the money. I don't like her. I don't like her. And she is going to crush their dreams. So I guess I have to like that, but any reasonable fucking person would crush their dreams. All right.
Sorry, that is what you have to deal with when the majority of your shareholders are retail. You courted them, you got them into this play. Now you're going to have to bear the burden of the cost of notifying them about this settlement. She put a couple of scheduling things on here relative to the assumption that postcards will be mailed and that they do intend to still want to keep June 29th and 30th as the hearing date, that those postcards must be received by all shareholders no later than May 24th. So they'll probably need to start mailing them soon. And here we can see we have a date of May 31st, 2023. Objections must be in to the counsel for the plaintiffs by May 31st. That is your date that you got to get your objections in if you are planning on submitting an objection. The final couple things are at the bottom of the letter here. We have item number 1. She wants a couple of paragraphs deleted. Nothing really big there. There was a slightly more interesting discussion, though, in bullet point number 2, where she talks about in paragraph 39, lead counsel says that its claim under Delaware General Corporate Law 242B was unlikely to succeed because of a recent decision from the Delaware Court of Chancery. We talked about that the other day, that they realized that they probably weren't going to win on that because of a previous decision. She wants...
Let me slow this down here and see what he's talking
Lead
about.
counsel says that its claim under Delaware General Corporate Law 242B was unlikely...
Oh, 242B2, unlikely to succeed. You know who was pushing that one. You know who was pushing that one, right? Right? That was Tuttle's whole thing. That was Tuttle's point. Wow. So Tuttle was wrong. Oh, color me surprised. Tuttle was fucking wrong. Wow. That's amazing. I never would have guessed that Tuttle would have been full of shit. Tuttle was full of shit after all. I love it.
To succeed because of a recent decision from the Delaware Court of Chancery. We talked about that the other day, that they realized that they probably weren't going to win on that because of a previous decision. She wants the plaintiff's attorneys to let shareholders know that they were the ones that lost that case, and it is currently under appeal at the Delaware Supreme Court. And so that wording needs to be added to the notice and the settlement stipulation. To wrap it up on the last page, she says, please be advised that the court intends to publish a letter to stockholders with instructions, so keep your eyes out for that. I'll let you know when that is available also.
Are they going to mail it to everybody? Or is it going to be available online? So the court is publishing a letter to stockholders. Great. So why does the company need to also, please be advised the court intends to publish a letter to stockholders with specific instructions and a form for stockholders to return to the register in Chancery if they have properly objected and intend to speak at the settlement hearing. Okay, great. I'm just curious though, will it be mailed? Or will it be only available online? Or how will this letter get to the stockholders? Well, she didn't say, but I don't like her.
Of course, and a form for stockholders to return to the register in Chancery if they have properly objected and intend to speak at the settlement hearing. And she asks that that wording be added to the notice. That is all I got for you guys on today's update. Thank you for watching. Drop me a comment if you have any questions down below. I am Tony Denaro, and I will see you on the next video.
Are you Tony Denaro? I don't know.
Hi everyone, it's Fartaculacticus, #1 son of Fuck You, World Series of Dice champion 2 years in a row. I wanted to show this clip from Al from Boston, and it sums up part of the reason why I get so upset over these yes influencers or the people that lick Adam Aaron's everything. Just if you could, please indulge me.
Wow. I love the schism in this community. Like, he is vilifying people who voted yes, because he thinks that, voting no was the correct thing to do, when in reality, it doesn't fucking matter. That's the whole point of this lawsuit, sort of. Kind of the point of the lawsuit was, yeah, we didn't stand a chance, yada, yada, yada. But it doesn't matter because the division, the schism, it's not the papal schism, it's the apal schism. The great schism of 23. It was already a cult. Now, like a separatist cult. Like, we're the special chosen retail investors. Okay, fine. But now you have an even further refined subsect of the chosen retail investors. They're the ones who really got it right. The no voters. Can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. And they think that this is going to somehow lead to something where they all win. You just can't make this shit up. Can't.
What really grinds my gears is the fact that we have all these people that have been in this community, in this play, for almost 3 years. And all throughout that time,
listen to Al from Boston really fucking Bostoning it up. Grinds my gears. What a fucking retard.
Indulge me and listen to this.
Listen.
What really grinds my gears is the fact that we have all these people that have been in this community, in this play, for almost 3 years. And all throughout
for almost 3 years. Al, go back to fucking India.
that time, they were the loudest
it's fucking retarded
in terms of obtaining justice. We need justice and this, that, and the other, right? And we're finally there. We're not even doing anything. We're just sitting around aloof.
So Al is right here. We have a lot of yes influencers or the people that lick AAs.
No, Al is never right. He is not right here. He's not right anywhere. He's never right. He's wrong. I mean, I know. Just never say never, never say always, whatever. But the dude is clueless. He's one of the most clueless. All right.
Everything.
You guys know that.
They're not doing anything when we're within striking distance of taking care of the shorts. We're in striking distance of making sure AMC is in the hands of people that will take care of it and stop treating it like a $2 whore or a $2 prostitute, male or female, or even in between. It's obvious that they are using AMC as a cash cow and using us as a cash cow. We are within reach.
Welcome to the stock market. I mean, what everybody is everybody else's cash cow. That's how the market works. I mean, I think they think it's something else other than what it is, but it's not. It's literally you and me saying, you know what, I want those. And you're like, yeah, you know what, I want the money because these are worthless, but they're still worth a lot, supposedly. So here, take them. I'll take the money. That's all it is. Two fucking greasy-handed, greasy-handed market participants, you know, exchanging money for something that we call shares. That's all it is. That's all it is. All it is. I mean, cash cow, yeah, the greater fool is your cash cow. He's not right here. He's not right there. He will not eat green eggs and ham anywhere.
Of the DTC,
Model 3 dude, yeah.
the SEC, FINRA, not to include them in on the lawsuit, but to make everything of wider notice to all. And Al decides to intervene on his own. So he's actually backing up his words after all these years. But the yes influencers, with all their words and their pomp and circumstance, they don't do anything. They just talk. It's all nonsense. It's just talk. It's all vapid pseudo-celebrity. I find it funny that the same person, Tony DeNaro, said
yeah, because Al is authentic celebrity. Yeah, he is genuine. He's a genuine article. Al from Boston has integrity. I can't even say it.
He would sue someone who started talking about him. I'm still looking for the video, and hopefully I'll find it this weekend. But he is also the same person that attacked Al, accused him of constantly fishing for views. He attacked the Marine. He tried to go after Donahue George and obviously failed because Donahue George is smarter than he is. He attacked the common sense investor, sometimes with the Mandalorian. But then he wants to say if you talk about him, you're going to get sued. There is so much hypocrisy with these do-nothing, impotent yes clowns out there. Of course, this is all words versus action, and you're not seeing
action. It's because they're yes clowns. Oh, yeah, it's because they're yes clowns. Give me a fucking break, dude. The fart is literally in your fucking name, okay? Nobody will take you fucking seriously. Okay? Nobody. Get the fuck off of your high fucking horse. Are you fucking kidding me?
Out
God
of any
damn
of
it.
the
I
yes
fucking hate these
influencers,
people.
they used to talk about going after the S.
Enjoy splintering your group even fucking more. Enjoy it. Because let me tell you, that's how things work out. It always works out when you splinter. You know what? This is like Ross Perot running for president. This is like a third party running for fucking president. Guess what? It fucks the Republicans. So everybody.
SEC. They used to
Anyway,
talk about going after Janet Yellen. They used to talk about going after the Fed. They used to talk
Going
about
after,
making changes. And look what they're doing.
making
All you
changes.
are getting is spokespeople for their own brands. And they did this all on the back.
Welcome to capitalism. Welcome to motherfucking capitalism. And I'm not saying anything bad about Ross Perot. I'm saying a third party candidate will split the vote of one party. So this year or next time, if Trump runs as a third party, hello, 4 more years of Democrats. And so my point is, it doesn't work. And this nonsense about yes voters, no voters, all this kind of stuff, they think that they are, it's like the ultimate in cult, you know. Let me curl up even more in the fetal position, is basically what you're saying. That is a ticket to hell. It's a ticket you've lost already. You have lost already. If you're not trying to bring everybody that you can into your movement, if you're literally closing yourself off, you've already fucking lost. How can you not see that? Okay? That means you have no insight whatsoever. None. No insight. Zero. So have fun in the fetal position with the other fucking losers who sit around and talk about the way that other people voted in a worthless, useless, inconsequential vote anyway. Okay? Could this guy be more irrelevant? I don't
AMC.
think so.
They would not have any notoriety right now if it wasn't for the shorts, if it wasn't for Adam Aaron trying to bankrupt AMC.
Well, so then they should thank the shorts.
If it wasn't for the market makers with all the FTDs and the short positions, we would not even know who these people are. In a way, they've become like the hedge funds. They really don't do anything, but they gain all kinds of money by it. They just cheat. They're just there to make noises.
That's his understanding of hedge funds. Wow, listen to that.
The
This is
FTDs
brilliant.
and the short positions. If it wasn't for the market makers with all the FTDs and the short positions, we would not even know who these people are. In a way, they've become like the hedge funds. They really don't do anything, but they gain all kinds of money by it. They just cheat. They're just there to make noises. They're to talk about how great they are.
No, that's a terrible analogy. I don't think he's kidding. That's a terrible analogy. I don't know. I'm starting to think maybe he is kidding. I mean, and I've made the analogy of the influencers being like, or at least the greedy apes, the ones who are, they didn't sell during the run up and all that, of being as greedy or greedier than hedge funds. But I mean, that's one very specific angle. And I would stand by that because hedge funds, they're working with other people's money. They have a duty there. These retards, well, they're working with other people's money too. Uncle Sam's money. But I guess, whatever. They were working with, uh, quote unquote, their money. But, you can't just throw away clients' money. Okay. It's like hedge funds don't do anything, but they collect a lot of money. They just cheat. Okay. Right. You have a less than 2021 level sophistication understanding of the market. If that's what you think. Wow. Why doesn't everybody just become a hedge fund? They don't do anything and they collect a lot of money. They just cheat. Sounds great to me.
And then they take people's money. I hope everybody has a good weekend.
No, you give it to them.
They're just there to make noises, there to talk about how great they are, and then they take people's money. I hope everybody has a good weekend. Woot.
You give them your money. You give them your time and views. I mean, that's it. Last thing I got.
Because when we issued 517 million apes in August to 517 million shareholders, if you guys are right that there are 4 billion shares, then the holders of the 3.5 billion shares would have said, "Where's my ape?" 0. There are no synthetic shares. They don't exist. And you don't want to hear that. And a lot of people who believe what you believe don't want to hear that. And you don't know what you're talking about. You're just wrong. You're just wrong. Across the board. There are no synthetic shares. If there were synthetic shares, if there were billions of shares out there, then when we issued a free ape that was worth $7 or $8 to every single shareholder of AMC, why would nobody say, "Where's mine"? Nobody, not one, 0. I gotta tell you, what you're afraid of are your own concoctions. They're not real. One thing and one thing only. And you probably don't want to listen to this, because this is going to blow your whole mind and your whole theory and your whole organization of thoughts about synthetic shares and naked shorting and manipulated markets and Morgan Stanley this and all this stuff. And on top of that, it's only one thing. One thing. The box office, which is the size of the industry. But if I address these kind of questions, I guarantee you, you'll be more dissatisfied rather than less, because I will either have to not answer because the lawyers won't let me, or answer in a way that tells people what they don't want to hear. You're asking me about theories that are ludicrous. You don't want to hear it, but they're ludicrous. Antara was fabulous for this company, not bad for this company. You're convinced there's synthetic shares? There aren't any. Okay, guess what? If we don't do the reverse split, we're going to get thrown off the New York Stock Exchange. It's that simple. There's nothing more you need to know. So if you think it's a good thing that we're going to get thrown off the New York Stock Exchange, then vote against the reverse split. If you think it's a bad thing that we're going to get thrown off the New York Stock Exchange, you should vote for the reverse split. Because
Bingo. Right there. Right there. Did you catch what he just said? And I said, I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I will, because I said this weeks, probably months ago. The reverse split, a big part of it is to prevent AMC from being delisted from the exchange, because it is in danger of being delisted. Listen to Adam Aaron.
There's nothing more you need to know. So if you think it's a good thing that we're going to get thrown off the New York Stock Exchange,
if you think it's a good thing that we would get thrown off the New York Stock Exchange,
vote against the reverse split.
Then vote against the reverse split. Like, this is what it's coming down to. Like, this is his bottom line right now. He's like laying it out. If you want us to get kicked off the exchange, vote no. But
if you think it's a bad thing that we're getting thrown off the New York Stock Exchange,
if you think it's a bad thing that we get thrown off, I don't know exactly his verb choice. If you think it's a bad thing if we get thrown off the New York Stock, if you think it's a bad thing, then vote for the reverse split. Why? Because the price per share will come up such that They won't be delisted. I mean, here it is right here. This is it. This is why. A big, I mean, major part of why. Also, it just, you know, it annoys the apes. That's why he's doing it. But this is the first I've actually heard him say this, but I knew that this was the case. We talked about it here. If you paid attention here, you knew it was the case. Groundbreaking analysis.
You should vote for the reverse split because we're down pretty close. The apes are $1.50 and the commons at $5.50. And if there's any kind of reversal, we're below $1. And then we're off the New York Stock Exchange.
So I'd have to say, it's probably why the Atom people went ape heavy. It's probably why the Atom people stopped talking about MOAS. It's probably why.
Guess what, Mike? You're clueless, okay? You're fucking clueless. Did you catch what he said about delisting? Fuck no, you didn't. Fuck no, you didn't. And you're just talking about more of your splintering with your fucking black American flag hat. I can't even look at that fucking piece of shit. Garbage. Garbage. Now, before we go, infinite synthetics. Oh my God. Infinite synthetics. Right. Right. Before we go, we may be seeing a new addition on the failed bank list. Now, but as of right now, we'll have to check it on Sunday. You know how they like to do shit on Sundays now. But this is the failed bank list. Goes all the way back to October 1st, 2000. Okay. So far this year, you have fewer banks failing than you did in 2020 and in 2019. So, okay. But you have 2 banks that failed. We may see a third one. We'll have to see. I'll come in with breaking news if that happens. We get an actual new addition to the failed bank list. We've had this tab open for weeks now, ever since they started hyping it, the influencers, ever since they started saying all the bank failures. When I started hearing all the bank failures, well, that's when I went to the failed bank list, and we can see all the failures, all 2 of them. Until it's on the failed bank list, Ron, I don't care. It's not real. A man has to have a code. The code is, or the rule is, the failed bank list. Once it gets on the list, then, and it was last updated March 26th. Nothing's happened since then. We'll see when they update the list. And you may be right. You may be right. We'll wait for it on the list. Absolutely fascinating. Look how many banks failed in 2019. 4. Also 4 in 2020. Now, nobody knew about Alameda State Bank in Kansas, or First City Bank of Florida, or the First State Bank from Barberville, West Virginia, or Erickson State Bank from Erickson, Nebraska. Erickson, Nebraska. Where in the fuck is that? Well, I don't know. But yeah, nor did they care. True. True. What else we have? City National Bank of New Jersey. Resolute Bank in Maumee, Ohio. Hometown. I mean, not hometown, but that's by Toledo, but that's home state. Louisa Community Bank in Kentucky, and the Enloe State Bank in Texas. More banks. Manny says more banks should fail. It's great for JPM and BOA. I say more banks should fail Anyway, remember we watched a Bloomberg clip that said, you know what, a non-zero amount of banks failing is actually worse. I'm paraphrasing. Banks should fail. If they can't, then they need to fail. This, let's reward shitty leadership. Okay. But it's the credit, it's the depositors that are getting, okay, but the slippery slope. All right. Impotent influencers. I do want to hear this. Infinite synthetics. Then I am out.
Froggy Styles here. We're going to go with
We know it's Froggy Styles because he's got that hum.
this Mandalorian video where Tony talks about synthetics.
We have 2, and it's time to break out the fire hoses. Yep. All the bank failures. Less shitty banks means less loans for shit companies. And you know how we feel about these zombie corporations. This is the time period where they need to get cleaned out, flushed down, wiped out. It was a great run, maybe. Nothing lasts forever. Good luck on your next venture. However you want to say it. Bed Bath & Beyond, GameStop, probably AMC, probably BlackBerry. See ya. We don't have enough room. We're not in the environment anymore where you can do that and have a stock price that, is respectable at all, like it has been. That went on for far too long. So yeah, I agree. These shit companies need to go away. And I'm not nostalgic about it, and I'm not emotional about it because I don't fucking care. I don't think about corporations as fucking people. Does it upset me that GameStop is going to go out of business? No. Does it upset me that AMC would close? No, because there are other movie theaters. No, they're not people. Not room for emotions in this. There's not enough real money in circulation to support poor operating banks with small depositors. I think that's probably true. And in a fractional reserve system, it's kind of important. So let's all go to JP Morgan, and then we'll all buy JP Morgan stock and call options, and we'll get rich. Cinemark is doing better than AMC, and right. It blows my mind. All right, let's get through this.
His take on things, and Maz is going to ask him an important question.
About actual shares. Is he talking? Do you think he is referring to an actual share being created, like a phantom share being created out of thin air?
Very good question, because in court it has been proven that there's a thing called a phantom share, and it is proven that it's basically a naked short or a synthetic. They're all pretty much the same thing, but there's a precedent for the term phantom share. So since synthetics haven't been proven in court, which is exactly the same thing, it's easy to say that they don't exist because they've never been to court and proven. So I don't know if he accidentally did it or did it on purpose, but the use of the phantom share is exactly how you could prove that synthetics exist, because they're the same thing.
That's like now out in hovering somewhere. Like, is that what he's thinking? What we mean by that? Does he understand like what we're talking about when we're saying synthetics?
Well, I mean, everybody has a different definition of synthetics, Mandalorian. Like, we have a realistic definition.
Oh, do you?
Remember, Tony's
a realistic definition. Okay.
Mandalorian, like, we have a realistic definition.
Remember, Tony's definition is realistic. That means it must be better than mine, yours, and everybody else that's watching this video, because Tony says his is realistic. Salesman pitch.
Rehypothecation.
Rehypothecation is shares being lent out. So basically the person holding shares are considered beneficial owners. Those are technically kind of a form of synthetic, because you think you have shares when you really don't.
Yeah, you do. You can sell it. Can you not fucking sell it? Yes, you can sell it. You can definitely sell it. And that's how an FTD gets generated. You fucking retards. Like, how many fucking bozos does it take to buy a fucking share of stock? You know, I'm counting 4 here.
FTD.
My God.
FTDs is where they completely failed to deliver the share. You think you have a share, you still don't.
Swaps,
Yeah. You know why you don't have it? You know why it was never delivered? Because the other it was lent out from the other fucking person's brokerage account. So put 2 and 2 together. Or should I say put 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 together. Then you get your reverse split. You have 2 plus 2. Okay, anyway.
Sure about the whole swaps thing. I get how that works, but you get the point. He's listing them all off right here. And so it's very clear that they exist because he knows exactly what they are.
Derivatives, yada, yada, yada. But there are literally people that think that they can print them infinitely. And I'm going to say what I've always said about infinite synthetic shares. If you think that that is true, this stock would already be at 50 cents. I would not be in a play if I thought that they could create infinite synthetics.
I hate to break it to them. They're already doing it.
Oh, yeah. You have proof, right? Or is it more of this typical ape garbage of, I mean, dude, what is this? What is this guy doing? This isn't fact checking. It's not fact checking like I know it to be. So he's fact checking it against the ape narrative. That's what he's doing. He's fact checking it against the ape narrative. Holy shit. Holy shit. That's crazy. And he, of course, has comments turned off. I'm going to fact check it against the narrative. Okay. Boy, that's a new fucking low of retardation.
So there's another stock that I already looked at before, CMK Diamonds. They created infinite synthetics. Now they call them phantom shares. Went to court. They won the case. They sued the SEC for $3.8 trillion with a T, trillion. So this does exist. This does happen. Brokers, market makers, the SEC, all complicit. History is repeating itself.
No, it's not.
Over 2 years.
This guy is such a fucking drama queen. Oh my God. What a drama queen. History is repeating itself. Yeah, you're losing more money.
Years ago. And some of these guys laughed. I even said, unfortunately, if we can't get a clean squeeze, we'll have to go to court and prove it. Guess where we are? You can look at my videos in the past. It was all there. Just look up CMK Diamonds.
Oh, yeah, I looked up CMK Diamonds. Yes, of course I did. You know, and the funny thing about that, I mean, you just look it up. CMKM Diamond. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Because I mean, I'm just gonna have to pull it up here. I'm just gonna have to pull it up because I have it right here. So this is from 2009. The federal government won a judgment against a key defendant in the CMKM Diamond stock fraud case for $55 million. But a source close to the case said the defendant's whereabouts is unknown. Okay. The judge signed a summary judgment order against 4 defendants in the SEC lawsuit against CMKM Diamonds, a penny stock company that had no legitimate business. Defendants in the case sold most of the worthless stock through a Las Vegas brokerage, causing 40,000 investors to lose a total of $64 million. So what do we have here? CMKM. Whose only activities were illegally issuing and promoting its own stock, increased its outstanding shares to 800 billion from 500 million. Shares were traded, over the counter for prices ranging from 1/10 to 1/100th of a cent. Okay, so this is nothing like, I mean, the lawsuit was against the fucking CMKM Diamond Company, which wasn't a real company. It was a zombie. I mean, it was a fraudulent corporation. It was fraudulent. It was completely fraudulent. It was completely fraudulent. Many victims were NASCAR race fans. Okay. This is nothing like anything that is even remotely close to AMC, even if there were synthetic shares. Okay. CMKM was a fraud and they got sued. This guy over here is a retard. Wow.
Again, Tony's sitting there denying that there's infinite supply of synthetics.
Yeah. If the company sells unregistered shares, that's not synthetics, okay? We're not talking about synthetics at that point. We're talking about just straight up fraud. Straight up fraud. That is different. And I hope that people can tell the difference there. We're not talking about issuing more shares. That's not what we're talking about, but that's what happened with the Diamond Company. This guy should not be fact-checking anything.
Who's stopping him? The SEC isn't. The Silver Snake isn't. The YouTubers aren't calling him out. Some of them are. These ones aren't.
Well, critically, AMC did not issue more shares than it should have issued. That's what happened with CMKM Diamonds. Again, the company itself sold unregistered securities. That's not synthetics. Which don't exist. There's no synthetics. This was fraud. So, anyway. No, I got to get out of here.
The market maker's not stopping it. We're all alone against these people.
No, you're all alone in a vacuum of knowledge. You're all alone in a vacuum of critical thinking. There is no critical thinking going on here whatsoever. I mean, how is it that I can pull up any fucking video, any of them, and in most cases, in less than 1 minute into the video, there's some questionable statements made. I mean, it's absolutely amazing, actually. This requires no preparation, none. You don't have to do anything. Just listen to what they say, think about it, do some Google searching, and actually read the stuff and read the context. Make sure it's really the thing you're looking for. But something is wrong when a jagoff in Ohio can sit here and watch all of these videos and spend 20 minutes talking about a 4-minute video and how far off base they are. I mean, something's wrong. Something is wrong, especially when that video purports to be a review or a fact check or something. I mean, we're 2 years into this. 2 years into this. And literally, it does not seem like anybody has learned anything. here, except here, of course. I think we have pretty much, you know, like the only silver lining in this whole thing, besides the camaraderie and friendships and things like that. But, you know, in terms of practical knowledge, what can be helpful, I think it is incredibly useful to look at this stuff, look at how it's wrong, look at what's right, have a laugh about how stupid they are, and then have a, you know, make fists at these fucking influencers who have made more money by far with this grift than anybody has on AMC stock. I mean, anybody that, you know, any of these people, and any more than they will ever make on it. Something's wrong, and that's the case. I mean, do you think maybe that maybe, I don't know.
Do I think that's the case? I don't know. I don't really think that's the case. I don't really think
I don't think that's the case. I like how he convinces himself in that one. Do I think that's the case? I don't know. I don't really think that's the case. I don't think that's the case. Oh my God! What are you? What?
Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying what are you saying? Huh?
At least he could do is be honest and understand how markets really work.
Oh my God!
How reapplication works. He can prove that you can create an unlimited supply of synthetics.
No, you can't. Go get the fuck out of here. Jesus Christ. I swear to God, man, these people. These fucking people. All right. Guys, have a good one. I'll try to jump on here tomorrow. We'll continue. Have a good night, everyone. Appreciate it.